Companies across the world have made some incredible cars, from Lotus Speedsters in the UK to Italian supercars from Ferrari. The world of vehicles is almost as diverse as humanity itself. But what you might not have known is that there are a crazy amount of cars that aren't allowed on the roads of America. If you want to find out what some of those cars are, you've come to the right place, because this video is all about the top 10 banned cars that you can't drive in America. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get new content similar to this every day. Also, make sure to comment down below letting us know which was your favorite. And for this video, let's see if we can hit the golden like button, which is 1,000 likes, so make sure to drop a like down below. Number 10. 2003 TVR Tuscan. The TVR Tuscan is a sports car that was manufactured between 1999 and 2006 in the United Kingdom. And while the car looks sleek and beautiful, you're not allowed to drive it in America. In fact, you can't buy any TVR cars that were produced between 1996 and 2006 in the States. All because they don't actually match up to the state's safety regulations or emission standards. Technically, you can still find the rare Tuscan out on the streets, but only after the car has been put through some serious work to get up to American code. It's a shame since the car is well known for its crazy acceleration speed. It would go from 0 to 60 in 3.68 seconds, and it has even been used in the 24 Hours of Le Mans by the two British teams. But then again, it also doesn't have any airbags or anti-lock brakes, so getting it road legal in America is likely way too much work. Not to mention that you'd have to get it imported into the country, and American customs can be very picky when it comes to banned cars entering the country. If they aren't road legal and look like they're going to be used, then the car won't be allowed into the States. Number 9. 1993 Lamborghini Strosek Diablo. The Lamborghini Strosek Diablo is another beautiful looking car that takes the American safety regulations and pretty much throws them out the window altogether. The headlights are way too small and the side mirrors are in the wrong position entirely. The chances are you probably won't be able to find one or afford one anyway. They are both incredibly rare and incredibly expensive. That's no surprise either, considering the Strosek Diablo was a highly exclusive redesigned model made by Vittorio Strosek. He found the original Diablo to be far too subtle, so he removed the original mirrors and changed their location, made the spoiler so it was integrated between the rear lights, and replaced the headlights with two smaller units. While all of his changes may have made the Strosek Diablo a must-have for rich collectors, it made it completely illegal for US roads. Number 8. Lotus Elise. Not to be confused with the Lotus Elite, the Lotus Elise weighs under 1,600 pounds and accelerates to 60 miles per hour in less than 6 seconds. It has some glaring issues that have made it illegal to drive in the States. The car takes a purist approach to its design, which basically means it has no roof and no windows. This didn't go down well with the safety regulators in America, and as a result, every model of the Elise Series 1 from 1996 to 2001 has been banned. Number 7. Lotus 340R. We can't talk about banned Lotus cars without talking about the Lotus 340R. If you thought a car without windows and a roof was crazy, this thing takes crazy to the next level. Not only does it have no roof or windows, it doesn't have any doors. The 340R is basically an intense stripped down racer, built for pure speed and nothing else. The car does its job well, but unfortunately it sacrifices the American market to do so. The car may look sleek, but its bucket seats and lack of safety kicked it out of America for good. Number 6. 1992 Smart Crossblade. Lotuses aren't the only car company that went the purist route. Although you probably wouldn't have expected it to be the same people who made the Smart car, the Smart Crossblade is basically a standard Smart 4.2 with everything removed. It doesn't have windshields, it doesn't have any doors, and it doesn't have a roof. It looks like someone got bored and forgot to make the rest of the car, and for that reason you're not allowed to drive it. Number 5. Ferrari XX. The XX range is Ferrari's most exclusive model, selling for almost $2 million, but even if you own it, you're not going to be able to drive it. The XX line is basically used as a testing ground for new and advanced tech that might eventually make its way onto the road, but hasn't quite gotten there yet. Ferrari themselves refer to the program as the laboratory. They say that because they take existing cars and then convert them to be more fun and fast. You're not allowed to take them out onto the streets or even race them in events, but you can test them out on Ferrari's test tracks. Number 4. 2005 Beijing Auto Industrial Holding Road Dog. It's quite a mouthful of a name, and the issues surrounding the Beijing Auto Industrial Holding Road Dog are even more complex. The car is basically an amphibious military vehicle, and back in 2005 to 2007, a man named Louis Palais tried to distribute the car in the States. The guy signed up to a dealer network and even got the rapper Ice-T to represent him, but according to the Securities and Exchange Commission, the whole thing was a scam. Eventually, the Road Dogg was even denied a show and display waiver, which is a shame because it actually looks like a pretty capable off-roader. Number 3. Land Rover Defender 110. The Defender series of Land Rovers are often said to be some of the most dependable and safe vehicles in the world. In fact, the cars are so rugged and easy to use that armies across the world use them regularly as transport, and it's very well known for its off-road capabilities. Such a sturdy and rugged car seems like it should have no problem being let into the States, but for some reason it was denied entry due to safety concerns. It turns out that the model got banned because of an issue with the airbags, and by that I mean there literally weren't any. Number 2. Lada Niva. Sure, the Lada Niva is a Russian car, but it's also incredibly popular in Europe. The car is apparently a cheap alternative to cars like the Land Rover. It's basically a cheap but well-built 4x4 off-roader that doesn't exactly look good, but it gets the job done. Well, it gets the job done anywhere other than America, because it's banned here. There's a lot of reasons why the Niva is banned in America, from safety standards to emission standards. But do we really want a car that looks as bad as the Niva on the streets anyways? Number 1. Nissan Skyline R34. The 1999 Nissan Skyline R34 GTR has been nicknamed Godzilla. It's a legendary car that has been outlawed in the US. In fact, there were many Skyline models outlawed between 1989 and 2001, but this is one of the most notable. The car is a right-hand drive, and it doesn't meet the emission control test run in America. When it comes down to it, the car simply wasn't made to be driven in the US, which is a shame since the car is an absolute monster on the road. It has a beefy twin-turbo engine and it looks like it was made for speed, but it will never be seen speeding along the highways of